I know you had an experience.
Oh, yeah.
Where a large fan
Yes, he did.
came sprinting at full speed and knocked you down while you were
Barreled
going
me.
backstage.
Just barreled me, man.
What was that?
Dude, so first of all, this guy, I want to preface it by saying when I found out about everything, I felt very bad for this guy. This guy, there's some mental disability going on there. His connection from reality is not all there. He was catfished online by somebody pretending to be me, I believe.
What?
Yep.
Oh, no.
There was some amount of money exchanged for whatever he was, being asked for. And this is not a new phenomenon. Like that people will do this with. It happens a lot with our girls, right? So people will catfish as our female superstars and like say, they'll just prey on these people who are a little slower and they'll prey on them and they'll be like, oh, my brother's sick in the hospital. Could you send money? But they don't ask for money. They ask for it in like gift cards. And so like it's insane. There was one with Becky actually, and we ended up, this person finally figured out that they were being catfished or something. They showed up in the front row of a show and brought this Ziploc bag of gift cards that they had sent, because what they'll do is they'll buy them and they'll scratch the codes off and then just send the codes via whatever, via text. And then so the person gets all the cash from the gift card. And it was like, I mean, I added it all up. We're talking thousands of dollars, of dollars that they had given to Becky for her brother in the hospital or something like that. Or like, it was wild. So basically this guy had been catfished by somebody pretending to be me, asking for money for whatever crises they were going through. And this guy had given him some money and he had reached his breaking point. So we're in Brooklyn. And he jumps. I finished a match with Finn Balor, and I'm coming to the back, and I'm walking up the ramp like I always do. And our floor camera there in the aisle, his name's Stewie, and he's just following me like he always does. And then like, it happened instantly to me, like because I'm not even thinking like, oh, somebody's gonna come out of the audience. I should be ready for this. That's what we have security for. That's what the building security's for. And you just don't think that's gonna happen. So like your brain is shut off from that part. You're just in the performance. You're like, I'm just talking to Stewie. I'm just talking shit, just doing my thing. I was a bad guy at the time, so I'm just dancing around, doing my weird Seth Rollins stuff. And I'm not paying any attention. And like in retrospect, what I remember is seeing somebody come around the corner running, which isn't unusual either because sometimes they're setting up pyro in the entrance for somebody else. And he was wearing, he was just in t-shirts and pants, so like he was kind of nondescript. And so I just saw him running and didn't think anything of it. And then like by the next thing I know, he's cutting the corner and just zips right by Stewie and just straight football tackles me. Form tackles me right there on the ramp. And it was terrifying because I was, like I said, I'm not prepared. So my instinct was to just try to get a hold of his head. And he's kind of like clawing at me. Like he didn't have any weapons. Thank God. He had nothing on him, but he's like just kind of clawing. He's not really throwing any punches or anything like that. I think he's like grabbing my hair. So I have him trying to get him, but he's like a little ball. Like
he was a big guy.
Yeah, he's a stout man, but he's short, so he's like a little ball. So like I couldn't quite get a hold of him, and like security jumped quick. Our referee actually jumped quick. Everybody was trying to get him off, but he had like a hold of my hair. So this is I haven't divulged this part of the story yet. To try to dislodge him, the only thing that I could do, because I didn't want to punch him, I didn't want to hit him. The only thing that I could do, I saw like he was on top of me, over me. All I saw was his legs were kind of like this. So I just reached up and just of course, I had to get this guy off me. I didn't know what was going on, so I just reached up and just snatched.
Twist or no?
It was a squeeze. It was a squeeze, just a squeeze, like a hard squeeze. He had my hair, and he finally got pried off.
That'll get him off.
Yeah, it got him off. It
Do you feel?
But it was nerve wracking, dude. Especially in the moment. Once I realized, a split second after he got me, when I realized what was going on, I was like, oh, I mean,
this is serious.
Yeah, I could. I mean, if he had a shank, if he had any sort of sharp object, I would have just been sliced and diced, man.
Yeah.
It's very, very scary.
Did you ever give him the gift cards back?
Yeah,
this was not the gift card guy. This was not the gift card guy. I will say.
I was going to ask him the same question. Say you all those Cheesecake Factory gift cards.
Obviously, the guy was arrested. he was arrested by the police that night, and like they asked if I wanted to press charges, and I didn't. I asked that the NYPD just try to find a way to help him, because I knew that I knew that he was. Once I saw what happened online, like afterwards, when all the kind of stuff popped up on Twitter afterwards, like who is this guy? What was he doing? And I think he posted a video the next day when he like had made bail or something like that, and it was clear that he was not in a proper state. Yeah. I kind of got what was going on. So when they started following up, I was like, look, this guy doesn't need to go to prison. He needs help. Like he needs some help. So if there's any services you guys offer for, people in situations like this, please, do that on my behalf.
You're a good guy.
So hopefully that happened. I have not heard anything about it. No, I haven't heard anything about that. But it was a very unfortunate incident all the way around. I'm happy that nobody was hurt, and hopefully he's gotten.
Well, he might have been hurt a little bit by his nuts. But.
Yeah. But I mean, if